What is up, Panic Squad? We're here today for an Elestrals opening, this time for Elestrals Firestorm. Now, this will be the first Firestorm opening we'll be doing on the channel here. Hopefully, there will be more in the future. This is my order from the Elestrals website. We got the 2 starter decks and the Firestorm, I guess the Exaltair promo. Let's crack that open and look at it. This is an interesting card here. So Exaltair cannot be destroyed in battle. The turn you special cast it from your underworld. While your Hermes is enchanted, this Exaltair, gets +3 attack. So if Hermes is enchanted, you've got a 6/1. Kind of a fragile guy, but I kind of like the art with the Exaltair on the side there flying in. So next up, we've got the starter decks. Now, these starter decks are the starter deck bundles. They come with 2 starter decks as well as, let me see if I can pop this open, 4 packs each, and each of them comes with a playmat on one side and a poster on the other. So let's go ahead and crack these open. They're very tightly packaged in there. I have had the opportunity to open some of these, but there's the 4 packs we got. This is the Zeus Hermes starter deck, and then we got these posters on one side and the playmats on the other. I'm not going to open those up on the channel here, but we are going to go ahead and open up all of these and look and see what we got. Go through some cards, go through the starter decks. I will be keeping these starter decks constructed because our locals here in 1 or 2 weeks is going to be doing a starter deck only tournament. So we're going to see how that goes with these decks from Firestorm. I have one that I want to play. We'll save that till later. I'll tell you what I'm thinking here. So let's start with 4 packs. Then we'll open 2 decks. See if we got that stellar chance here. And then we will open another 4 packs and then do the last 2 decks. I actually really want to do the Majesty and the Voltempest decks last. So we'll go in that order. Also, as far as I'm concerned, these are the best spirit arts so far for Elestrals. We got that Zaptor, Spynymph, Drataya, back and not good. Werepup, Plucky Champion of Apollo, Nemastar, Charcoon, Chivalror, and the rare. Nope, we're not on the rare. We've got a Leica Void, and we've got a Nixamera Risen form. Very interesting strategy with the Nixameras. I don't know that I will be playing that strategy. I do know one strategy that's going to be pretty good and do a lot of damage to the meta, but we'll talk about Leica Void maybe in a later video. We got Lycaris here, Drataya, Chitemite, Urskote, Frigicub, Romacole, Panzer, Torchin, Waspire, and Fulgaris, Champion of Zeus. So far from that starter deck, we've got 2 holos. I can't complain about that. Let's see if we can pull a stellar today. Love that Taratlus art. Elechick Champ, Sparkit. Sparkit is back. Sparkit is actually kind of good in a Thunder deck still. We've got Sorlet, Carrion, Cockatoodle, Lyre of Apollo. This is interesting. This is an interesting card. I'm trying to look at it because going into this when someone attacks your Elestral and they're not expecting it, this is good tech. Panzer, Torchin, and Carry-Off, Champion of Hermes for the rare. So our first non-holo of the decks, but I still cannot complain with the holos we got. Owloon. Now this and the Leviathan are honestly my favorite favorite arts from the set. So we got Carrion, Cockatoodle, Nimbug, Kite Mite, Ursecoat, Charcoon. Okay, spoilers! Stellar Warmite! You know what's funny? My wife pulled one of these in her booster box. Hold on. Let me get a sleeve real quick. That's funny. Warmite number 2. That's cool. All right. So we already got a Stellar. That was from the Voltempest and Hermes starter deck. So let's start off with this Hermes deck here. I might need my tool to... Oh, nope. Got it open. So we've got these cards here instead of the instructions. It still, I think, leads you to a how to play guide. These are not the ones that have caster coins. That is the booster boxes. All right, we've got Carry Off, Champion of Hermes. And no Stellar, unless the Stellar trick is different. I haven't actually watched anybody pull a Stellar from the starter decks yet, so could be. No, okay, I think the Stellar trick is still the same. But we got the Carry Off, Champion of Hermes, these beautiful spirits, staple runes. Everything's kind of just backwards here from what it normally is. We've got Hermes, our new divine here, one of the two. And we got some basic cards. I'm confused as to why these guys are in the set, but I'm not going to judge. And then we've got our Champion of Hermes package there. Let's go ahead and open up the Majursa. We'll save the other two for last. I will let you know, I plan on using one of these 2 starter decks on our champion route there for, well, not champion route, but for our starter deck competition. We got the Hollow Majursa, Champion of Hestia. We've got these spirits here. The Vipyro is so good. Oh, all these spirits, absolutely amazing. Some counter runes. Nice to have Pandora's Box kind of back. Pandora's Box hurts like a void, so Pandora's Box is easy a side deck card. Resting in here. Hibernation, Cryoblast, Don't Pokes in here. Hestia, when you cast this Hestia, enchant up to 3 fire to it, disenchant 2 from Hestia in order to special cast a 1-spirit fire Elestral from your hand with fire if an opponent controls the same number of Elestrals as you or more. So kind of a weird situation, but the ability to special cast a 1-drop fire is pretty good in some fire strategies. Glaciersa. My thing with this deck is this deck has 3 3-drops as a starter deck, so that's kind of confusing. Nice reprint of Lavalith here in a common. And then we go to, or not 3 3-drops, maybe it is just 2 2-drops. The Glaciersa and then this Majursa, unless I'm missing something. But then we got our Champions of Hestia and then that little code card there. So we'll go ahead and put this to the side. Off to our next 4 packs. We got a Stellar, so I'm a happy guy right now. All right, we got Aloon, Foloi Forest, Reforge. Great for the Artifact deck, if the Artifact deck does prove to be good. Hibernation, Narpoon, Pandison, Lyre of Apollo, Torch, Panzer. And speaking of the Artifact deck, we have got the Champion of Hephaestus, Volcaries. So doing pretty well with these packs so far. I did open a starter deck at our locals and got the full art Nixamera out of it. So that was kind of cool to get a full art from a starter deck. Titanostrike and Scavocol. We're back with the Champions of Hephaestus. All right, well, this makes sense with the fire because these 4 packs are from the Majursa Majesty. All right, let's go. Zaptor, Arachne's Lair, Foloi, Reforge, Hibernation, Titanostrike, and Kylostrike. I love dinosaurs. All right, and Infurix, Champion of Hestia. Last pack, last chance for a pack Stellar. It's already going to be a good pack. Leviathan art. Beautiful, beautiful spirit art here. We got Bunnix, Soulbell, Plucky, Werepup, Nemastar, Javalantis, Waylance, and Flarachne, Champion of Hestia. So we got quite a good spread of rares from the packs. But now we get to the last two starter decks. I'm going to start off with Voltempest. Now, Kate is liking the look of this Voltempest deck. I think, personally, the starter decks move away from a lot of counter rune play, which is kind of scary. But they do move into some pretty good invoke runes, especially the Majesty starter deck. We've got no Stellar here, but we've got that new art, the new print of, let me find it, new print of Zeus, and we've got Zeus's Call. Zeus's Call, I would probably run a playset of this in the deck if I was running a constructed solely Champion of Zeus deck. It's kind of difficult to do just based on the number of Champion of Zeuses that there are. But that is actually, I think that's actually the reverse stellar. So the reverse stellars are all runes. I think it's Hermes Trickery, Hestia's Hearth, Zeus's Call, and then we've got Poseidon's Fury, which is such a fun card, such a fun card. I'm going to do a thing, and I'm going to put this card down here, and we're going to just scroll through and see. We've got the new art on Poseidon as well. Oh, there's the Poseidon's Fury card. New art on Poseidon. And we've got the Champ Galaxy. I'm setting those to the side because I got to talk about Champ Galaxy. One, Champion Globby in and of itself is a pretty fun engine to run with the Sluggles because you can have this guy as a 7/10 on cast because he searches for Atlantis. That's incredibly good. But no, the Champion Galaxy is one of, in my opinion, the craziest cards from Firestorm. And to get it as a common in a starter deck, this is amazing. That's partially the reason that I will be playing the Poseidon deck. But let's see. Nope, it's the Spirit. So we did not get a Stellar, not from the decks, but we did get a Stellar, Reverse Stellar. Reverse Stellars are Stellars too. Quote, 1S plays and a lot of other people in the community. But so grateful that you guys watched the video. If you liked it, please like and subscribe. Showing off some of the rares there. But look forward to seeing you next time. Peace out, Panic Squad.